Hello, everyone. I'm Christina. Today, as usual, at least once a week, we have quite a bit to talk about. And often the subjects are linked. Um, First, I want to just remind everybody that in the description box, I do have a link to my backup channel. I also have my PayPal address too, just in case, but I'm not really worried about that too much. But I just wanted to at least have that the link to the backup channel is there just in case. You might want to click on that in case anything ever happens right here on YouTube. Um, Today we're talking about falling stars, drugs, and bank holidays. And if the picture that I wanted was up there right now, then it would be a picture of Clara Pfeiffer. But for whatever reason, it didn't load up the way I wanted, or maybe it has by now. But that's what I was definitely talking about when it comes to falling stars, because it happened, twice inside of like a week, where not only were these chicks on TV doing their thing, but they were both talking about the jab, the cootie cure, and then smack. I mean, well, at least Heather McDonald, man, but Clara Pfeiffer, she went, her eyes went two different directions while she was falling out, right in the middle of airing. Now, the most interesting to me was with Heather McDonald's. Not only was she bragging before she fell, but she mentioned Jesus. Jesus loved her most. So I was like, "Ooh, God got her for that one." Okay, she got these raccoon eyes afterwards. Um, they were saying that they didn't really know why she collapsed. I couldn't imagine why. Can you? I mean, but she was talking about how many jabs that she'd had, and in her own words, you know, Jesus loves her more. But later she says this was merely the most amazing comedic timing. Like, that's all it was. Is it was just amazing timing, that it wasn't Jesus, and that Jesus wouldn't do that to her. But she won't be getting another shot. But I tell you what, pride goes before the fall. And it was true with this German reporter too. I mean, you could tell um, that she was pumped up, which when you might have hidden myocarditis, you don't want to get too passionate emotionally about anything, because that heart, that blood flow, the veins in your head might not be able to take it. Okay, so she fainted. She just, well, we could see in the video the start of it, but I'm pretty sure she just straight up fainted. All right, let's check the oh, good. We got somebody in the chat. Brian Smith. Hello. Hello, Diana Gillespie. Hello, Adrian and Thomas Klein. It's so good to have y'all here. I'm so happy. Thank you for the thumbs up too, by the way. So good. I love it when y'all comment. I just want y'all to know. All right, so we're talking about drugs, and we're talking about government drugs to start. The ones that they're pushing. Let me tell you, government drugs, the ones that they've given historically, have never been that great when it comes from the government, okay? Because they had something to do with cocaine going on in the military back in Nam, and then they tried to fix the cocaine problem with something they came up with called heroin. Okay. And they even used LSD on MK Ultra victims. All right. That caused problems. So here they come with this government drug, okay, that they're pushing, and with their track record, I'm not too excited about what they've got to offer, especially when you're seeing again, the athletes, they've got the myocarditis now, or they don't know what happened. Okay, but right now, what they are concerned about is padding a crack cocaine problem. They have no problem with that now. Biden wanted to fund crack pipes and syringes, in some kit, right? People, they were kind of upset that 13 million, I think it's 13 million, don't quote me on that, but it's a lot of money going towards these kits, okay? But this is the stuff they're pushing that, I mean, first of all, I'm pretty sure crackheads don't vote. I may be wrong about that, but generally, I don't think they concern themselves with much. Okay. But the point is this is that they're not really that concerned about our health. It looks like they're propping up the kinds of things that are harmful and poisonous to us, okay? Like, it's amazing, like, it's so wonderful, and while they're doing it, they had all these mandates which drove up the, suicide rate, but another a report came out from Good Morning America recently. They reported that broken heart cases are spiking with, or they had spiked with the CV, right? Broken heart syndrome is a real thing. But you have to wonder, is that from depression, maybe some of it, or is it from, you know, that horrible thing that the government came out with, right? So this right here, it just kind of pushes me in the direction that we need to continue to hold on to the roots of home remedies, those of us who remember, as much as possible. I know it doesn't always, give you the what a hospital can if, like, your arm is falling off or something, but a lot of things can be prevented and taken care of with home remedies. Okay, they've even got this wild lettuce pain salve that is supposed to be amazing and non-addictive. Okay, comes from a weed that we've seen around here a million zillion times. Oh wow, we got a lot of comments now. Hello, Rebecca. Happy Friday. Hello, Anne. Bobby Australia, follower of Yeshua. Alrighty. More subsidies for big pharma investors, right? Thank you, Adrian. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Now, there were people that were actually mad. It was a liberal drug group now criticized Biden for not giving out the free crack pipes and safe smoking and harm reduction kits that include lip balm, alcohol swabs, fentanyl testing strips, and clean syringes. That's where they're focusing. That is where they're focusing. It's not about really people's health. I mean, I just don't understand. Maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Hey, Keith. Good to see you. All right. Now, next, I wanted to talk to you about some drug shortages. I was looking at the FDA pharmaceutical drug shortages list, and there was like over 100 and something. And I took like all week long going through each and every single last one of those drugs to see if there was anything that I could glean from it. And there was some. All right. I'm not going to go through all of the drugs. I'm just going to tell you some of what I found. Okay. Because I thought it was kind of telling. Okay. We've got support for the cootie cure and crack pipes, but we've got these drug shortages happening at the same time, which, there's a supply breakdown and, problems with manufacturers. But first, we're going to read this article super fast. It's called Physician Survey Reveals Cracks in the U.S. Drug Supply Chain. 7 of 10 U.S. physicians say that the COVID-19 pandemic has heightened drug supply chain problems, limiting their ability to provide quality patient care, according to a new U.S. Pharmacopoeia USP survey. Physicians on the front line observed the impact firsthand, navigating shortages in medicines, personal protective equipment, and other supplies on top of the demands of providing care to an unprecedented volume of patients. Okay. 73% have less trust in drug quality. Many sectors, entities share responsibility. All right. So here's what I found. Okay. A lot of these drugs were on back order due to increased demand. I'm talking, one of them was an anticoagulant for blood clots. If I can find that one really quick in the list, that was on there, but it was like the only hematology drug that I saw that right now, maybe there's 2 of them because one of them can serve quite a few. But yeah, one of them for sure was a hematology one. Now, I found that 5 of the drugs were cardiovascular with the shortages, 4 for anesthesia, 5 for oncology, which is cancer, 7 gastroenterology was like your intestines, 2 neurology, your brain, spinal cord, nerves, 4 psychiatry, pulmonary was just the lungs, and anti-infective. So some of these drugs, they're from increase in demand. The cardiovascular is one of them. Fortunately, there are many types, many drugs for cardiovascular problems in the different categories. So you can still get treated. Looked like anesthesia was okay, even though there was 4 of them. But what I noticed is that there are increases in demand for like all of these, and you have to ask yourself why. So many increased demand for cardiovascular and lung drugs, and yeah, anesthesia. All right. Then you add on top of that the trucker convoys, which so far hasn't been too hard. Okay. But we've got another one, a trucker convoy that's talking about going from the west coast of America to Washington, D.C. They wanted to move it up ahead from March 7th to what looks like around March 1st. And you have to ask yourself, are there going to be more shortages in the near future of all types because of these spreading around? How long will this go on? You have to think about that. And when it comes to making sure that your preps are good while the getting's good. All right. But at the same time, with the article coming out that Washington, D.C. was lowering the mask mandates, and you've got so many people getting rid of mandates. Is the trucker convoy that could happen in a couple of weeks too little too late? Or do you think that we could still use one? Because they have definitely been amazing. It really seemed to get people moving. Trudeau's having a fit, isn't he? Ooh, he's got the law out there. He is arresting people. He is calling his colleagues Nazis. I mean, this has been unbelievable. Ready. March 6th, March 16th. Grade 11 watching and 11 thumbs up. Oh, great. Yes, I get it. Between Agent Peach, Folidimid, Anthrax. They have gay people. I can't imagine putting faith in the government. Stock is down. That's right. I actually had an article. It's like their stock's down as the Omicron wave subsides in the US. And I'm like, oh, they're hating that ride is coming to an end. It says Moderna plunged more than 11%, the biggest decline in the S&P 500 on Monday. Pfizer tumbled nearly 2%, and its partner BioNTech slid more than 9%. While Novavax was off more than 11%, and Johnson & Johnson fell over 1%. Okay. Fauci told the Financial Times last week that the U.S. is exiting the full-blown pandemic phase of COVID-19. Let me tell you, I saw a video. This woman in this classroom is videotaping these kids, and she tells them, she's like, hey, after today, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. All these little kids, like, they're probably 3 foot tall in tennis shoes, okay? They start screaming the most high-pitched scream, okay, and jumping and going crazy. They're so excited. I'm surprised glass did not break because I was like, whoa, these kids were so excited. So yeah, I think that ride's coming to an end, but they're still trying. A lot of these places are still trying to keep these masks on the kids, but that's really bad because our kids are the future. They always knew that. That's why they're always so busy trying to indoctrinate them, right? So if they can keep their oxygen supply down, give them an education on critical race theory instead of mathematics, and they can continue to dumb our kids down, Yep. They got what they wanted with CV. Next phase is food. This is a global communist takeover. It might be. Sorry, tried not to get you channel dinged. Oh. Well, that's why I've got the link to my backup channel. Y'all might want to click on just in case. Every live that I do here and every video, it automatically copies over there. It's on Odyssey, so. But yeah, the link is there. The link is there. All right. So we're looking at things, whatever, you can see that there's always just something, some part of our critical infrastructure, the things that we need that are being attacked. Like even the GoFundMe for these peaceful protests, not mostly peaceful, completely peaceful protests. All right. There's concern with, are we going to have enough? Okay. Which is why I also included again the list of some survival gear that y'all might want to look at. With the solar battery, there's a $250 coupon right there on the page. It's just a little box underneath the price. You just check it, click on it, it checks, and it's $250 off that price. It's a really good battery if you just decide. But all of those things are good. All of them are good. Life straws, a Coleman stove. It's, you don't have to go through that link. You can get it anywhere you want, really, but they're at least give you an idea. But also, it's not just about why the supplies are here, but okay, it's while the money is still available. Yeah, you might have money, but the way they're looking at your bank accounts. Okay, and I reported on this, I don't know, about a year ago. I had 3 videos because I started getting bad feelings about this, right? One of them was called Bank Run is History Repeating. The second one was The Economy Needs Access to Your Bank Account. And the third one was called Banks Are Temporarily Closing. So we knew this was coming. So when Trudeau's talking about bank freezes and funding freezes and threatening to take assets from the protesters and banking outages, okay, then you start getting talk about people wanting to start bank runs. They want to get their money out of the banks because they see, and that's, I've been actually hearing from my friends, what do you think I should do with my money in the bank? And should I leave it there? And the thing is that to a certain amount of degree, a lot of people still need to use their banks. So I told her, I said, look, just leave only what you need to use for your bills in there and keep the rest in cash. Because you just never know. But here's the thing that I realized yesterday. Bank holidays used to have something to do with a federal holiday season kind of thing. Now, bank holidays, the definition of it has grown. A bank holiday now includes outages, cyber hacking, and account freezes these days. Okay, so whenever they're having an outage or they're getting hacked or they've got some internal issues they have to work out because people are trying to make bank runs, they have bank holidays. They close down the bank. You have no access to anything up in that place. Nothing. Okay? So now we've got a little bit of panic that's growing in people, and the more and they're already talking, oh, I'm going and getting my money out the bank. Somebody thought, well, maybe if you put it in a credit union and if it's insured, honey, if they want to take it, the government wants to freeze it, it's not going to matter if it's the FDIC or not. When you want that money, now think about it, they've got this thing going on in Ukraine, right? And they're evacuating these people. And they've got this huge line of people, stopping at gas stations, but they have to stop at the ATM machine first. And it's a long line. So that money's not going to last in the ATM. So that's why I try to tell y'all, keep those gas tanks full all the time. Hurricane season's even on the way. And don't leave all your money in the bank nowadays, okay? Definitely have money put away, in these little hideaway places you have around the house. You got them. Not under your mattress. That's way too obvious, all right? But I wanted to let y'all know that bank runs might be, again, in our near future. I think it's inevitable at some point. But nowadays, bank holidays aren't just about Christmas and New Year's. They're just not. They're about more dark reasons. Okay. Oh, and here at the bottom, that's kind of out of place. One of the things that I was really glad to see in the drug shortages was that Zofran and Phenergan are available. Those are 2 anti-nausea drugs, which is, they're pretty much the only two nausea drugs I think they have pharmaceutically, and they've got them, which is great, especially when you're really, really, really sick. Okay, and the drugs that I didn't list in the shortages, it said that they were in the shortage on the list, but when you click on it, it says it's available, or at least half of them would have half of them available, and like as far as the doses, like, and you can adjust doses, depending on the weight and everything. It looked like it was doable, so I just worked on just the drugs that were short. But yeah, we had the most shortages on that list was gastroenterology, cardiovascular, anti-infective, and oncology, which is cancer. Okay. Alrighty. We're watching things around the world. We're watching these people starting to drop like flies. That's why I call them fallen stars. All right. I've noticed that it's when they're getting their blood pressure up, like, a lot of these athletes, their heart's pumping, their blood's pumping, their emotions are high, they're very focused, and all of a sudden, that's it. They that's it. They just come right over. Hello, Miss Shiji. Okay, Daryl Calhoun. There is a troll here. Where is this troll? Have all of my moderators left? Let me see here. Maybe I already got it. I don't know. Late as usual. Hello, Susie, Snake Jones. How do you even pronounce that? Fibby Ding Wuving. That's okay. All right. Next phase food. Whatever it is, man, they're gonna keep chipping away at it. And it was a good thing that we were at least good with the mandates. But like I said, y'all, hurricane season is coming up. Power outages are certain. Tornado season through Oklahoma. And then we keep getting this really extreme weather. So make sure that you are prepared, that you got your candles or your solar light bulbs, your propane fitting to transfer propane out of bigger bottles, whatever it is that you need, get it before the getting isn't there anymore. And keep your eyes out there. We got to keep looking up, but we can also see stars right here on Earth that are falling one by one. And it's just, I think in my head, well, another one fell for it, literally. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here because there's really not a whole lot more I can talk about on the drug issue at this time, because a lot really is going on with Ukraine, which, off grid with Paul and Adrian, they're always on top of that. If you want to visit their webpage. Anyway, I'm going to let all of you guys go. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.